Oh my gosh, I should film a video. I should literally film a video right now. Sorry, I'm literally getting myself worked up. I'm so excited. I just had my first class of the semester. I just took my first class of the semester. First class of the second semester of my second year of college, of my last year of high school. Okay, that's so exciting. My first class was physics, and it was interesting. Truthfully, it was a little bit boring. But there's a lot of other people in my class that go to my school, so that's really nice. And I mean school isn't like my high school, so that's good. It means I'll have a lot of support, but it also means I'll have a lot of competition. And I don't mean competition as in we're all competing for a higher grade, but I mean like there's like pressure to be a better student because there's other people in your class who go to the same school as you. You know what I mean? Like we're all, I guess, in a sense, competing to be the better college student, and there really is no competition. Like there is no class rank, but like there's no class rank in my school. But there's just like an innate urge as a gifted student to just be better, even though there's literally no reason to. Like they're not pushing us or like motivating us to be like that. It's just natural. And so that is kind of the downside of having a class full of people that go to my school, because it wasn't quite like that last semester. It was not like that. I did not have any classes with any of people in my school, but luckily I think it'll be a good balance this semester. Like that means I'll be able to still like have fun with people that live in the same building as me, and then also at the same time have my own like individual path and kind of do my own thing while I'm at school. So I have a huge break until my next class. My next class is photography. I'm taking 2 photography classes, and it's kind of just a fun class. Like this is my last go round, you know what I mean? This is my last go round before I have to go into big people, real people college, and like everything actually matters. Like everything I do actually matters. So I just want to take advantage of the opportunity to literally have fun with my classes and do what I want for a little bit. Like this is kind of my college trial run. Like I can still make the mistakes that I still have time to make mistakes, and I have time to take classes that I won't be able to take, or like won't have time to take in real college, you know. And so I just want to have fun a little bit. I am taking 17 credit hours, 17, which is more than last semester, but it's like, you know, like 3 credit hours of a photography class, of an intro-level photography class, so it doesn't really like fully count. I don't know. I think the workload hopefully won't be too bad for one of my photography classes. The other one I expect to be a little bit harder than the first one, but I'm willing to put in the work, and that's what matters. So yeah, I'm taking 17 credit hours. Last semester I took 16, and the semester before I took 18. So anyways, I actually don't have anything to really like talk about in this video. I love when the air conditioning goes off. It's so fun. I know my first video with this microphone was probably a little bit loud. I'm sorry for that. I literally can't do anything about it. But I'm gonna take advantage of times like this when I like am out of physics class or something, when the air conditioning goes off like clockwork, to film videos. And also my roommate is in class, so works out well for everyone, right? And then yeah, I'm still like, I haven't posted the video of me trying out the microphone settings yet, so I'm literally just like doing one of the ones that I thought sounded good in my earbuds. So this video might sound terrible and I would have no idea. It really just depends on what you guys say. What you guys think sounds the best is what I'll go with. Because remember, I have all these different settings, all of these different options for what I could do. Do you see what I'm saying? Oh my gosh, I literally mentioned this in my last video, and I can't wait to see what you guys say about it, because I literally, this setting makes the air like bounce back at me. It feels like the air when I'm listening to it is bouncing back at me in the microphone, as opposed to this. This feels like it's like absorbing some of the, oh there it goes, this feels like it's like absorbing some of the air, like it's like going in my ears. I don't know how to describe it. It just sounds better. It sounds better. I like this setting, at least from what I can tell in these earbuds like this. This is what I would listen to if I were you. So I think, oh my gosh, let me show you some of my little crochet projects I've been working on. Hold on. Okay, so, oh, this is a good time to turn up the gain. This is a good time to take advantage of the gain that I have. So, basically, this is one of the many little creatures that I have made in the last little bit. And this is a turtle, and I'm gonna give this to one of my friends for her birthday. I don't know why his back is like puckered like that. That's kind of weird. And then I need to like sew that little eye trail in. But yeah, this is a turtle. Let me turn the gain back down. I don't know why I turned it up that high. Okay, sorry about that. I don't know like where a good appropriate gain level is, but okay. The next thing I have to show you is this little mouse, ballerina mouse. The skirt is detachable, which I really like, and she has little ballet slippers on, and then I think her face is just so stinking cute. Like, it's just too cute. I love it, and she's got little straps on her dress, if you can see. I think this would be perfect for like a newborn baby or something, or like a toddler or something. And I think I'm gonna make a collection of these to like sell or something. This pattern is from this, like, I guess creator called Oaken Maple or something. Oaken Maple, I can't remember. And they have really good patterns, and they're all so cute like this. And I feel like you could take the base pattern of just the legs and the arms and the head, and like make a doll of a cute, like a little doll, a little girl. I see a lot of potential. So, oh my gosh. Okay, I just got invited to go get breakfast with one of my friends, so I'm gonna, oh my gosh, I literally have to go like right now, it's literally 9:45, oh my gosh, sorry, I'm so sorry guys. I will maybe come back and finish this video later. I'm so sorry. I love you guys so much. Thank you for listening to me ramble for a little bit, and bye. Okay, but yeah, so I just had a little chat with my friends. We just ate food and we talked about our classes, and that was nice. And I want to tell you guys a little story about my sociology class. So I took intro level sociology as my like humanities credit, and it was one of the most gut wrenching classes I've ever taken, in like a bad way. It was so chaotic, and I partially blame that on the professor. The guy was really nice, and he seemed like he really knew what he was talking about, but he encouraged way too much discussion in that class. And you know, I love a good discussion. I love a good class, but I love a class where people can contribute and like help make the class more engaging, but it wasn't controlled in any way, shape, or form. Like literally from the first day we were in class, we probably only got through 2 slides on every lecture. 2 slides in sociology 100. 2 slides. And like, you know, I sat in the front. I usually sit, you know, just wherever I feel comfortable, and depending on if I know that I'm going to be awake in the class, I usually sit wherever I know that like I can engage best with the class. And you know, I'm not gonna sit in the front of a class that I think I might be asleep during. I am not gonna sit in the back of a class that I think I'm going to really enjoy. So junior in high school that I hated college freshmen. Like, none of them had lost the high school mindset, I guess. And also, this classroom really, really did look like a high school room, and I don't think that helped. And like, this lecture room looked like a high school classroom. And the students in the class, like, he would say something, and everybody would raise their hands and want to share their own little anecdote of their personal experience. And they were either sharing a personal experience that confirmed the science that he was talking about, like he could be talking about sociology and like the implicit biases or something of like stereotypes from racism, and somebody would raise their hand and be like, I've experienced that before, and share a long anecdote. And for one, that's his fault for calling on them, and especially for calling on the students that he knows are gonna talk for a really long time, because you can't cut them off, you know. But for two, respectfully, nobody needs your anecdote. If we needed your anecdote, we would have put it in the lecture. And so, like, everything we talked about, like, you know, mental health a lot, and a lot of like kind of touchy subjects, and a lot of them were things that like are things that you want to kind of, I don't want to say dance around, like, you obviously, we just talk about them straight up. This is a college lecture, this is not high school, we're gonna talk about them. Things like I don't even want to get into it, but sociology things, criminology, the way the human race works. And it got really awkward when sometimes people would share stories that definitely were very personal and could have stayed personal, because how do you respond to that as a professor and as a student? It was just really, really freaking awkward. And so let me give you the scene of what this class, like, who I sat around. So behind me, there was, and mind you, I'm in the second row. Behind me, there is a college freshman, a sorority girl, who, let me just paint a picture. She's got blonde curly hair, like wavy hair, and she wears her pajamas to class every day. She thinks she knows everything. She thinks that she is the sociology expert, and she also thinks that everyone else in the class is an embarrassment to the human race. So every time anybody says something, she laughs at them. And you know, I've expressed that I was kind of annoyed by all of the comments made, but she also contributed to them. Like, if I was a mean person, I would be laughing at her too. She had no business laughing at people in that class. So that always annoyed me, because she would like snicker every time, her little friend would like snicker every time somebody said something, and I was like, you're literally the same, you're literally that guy, you are literally that guy, shut up. To her left was a boy, a frat guy, who she really, really, really wanted to impress, hence the giggling. In front of me was an older woman. I don't want to say older as in like she was old, but I mean like everybody else in the class was a college freshman. I think she was a college freshman, but she was like probably 40. She's probably like 40 years old. And she had been in the military, so and you know, we did talk about military and war and stuff a lot in the class, because the sociology class, we're talking about the way that human nature is and stuff, so we talked about what causes wars and things like that, and she had, you know, a lot of input, which was nice. The girl beside me, and to my left, was she's a Muslim girl, but I don't know what the name for it is. It's like, it's not just the hijab, it's the full covering, you know. And I believe, I spoke to her a little bit after class one day, and I believe that she had not been in the country for very long, so a lot of the things that we talked about in class were very new to her. Were not things that she was aware of that happened in the United States, or like historical events or cultural things. also had a lot of very polarizing opinions. And, I don't know. But one day, and I'm not trying to, pick on anybody at all, but I'm just setting the scene for what this class was like. We're talking about what symbols mean in different societies, right? We're talking about what symbols mean. And the professor puts a picture of the Confederate flag on the screen. And if you know anything about United States history, you know that the Confederate flag is a staple of United States racism and the terrible history that the United States has with slavery and racism. As a black person, the Confederate flag is a big no-no. Ew. And so he asks the class, what does this mean to you? And the Muslim girl is very vocal, and so she speaks up for herself, and she's like, I don't know what this means. And she says it. She usually doesn't raise her hand. And this freaking sorority girl behind me literally starts laughing at her and snickering and talking. And it had gotten to a point where I was literally sick of hearing her talk. This was every day. Other people would talk a lot, and that was annoying too. And I wish people participated a little bit less, right? I would love to get through a few more slides, especially since the exams are only on the slideshows, and the slideshows aren't posted on the website. So, but I turn around and I said, can you please be quiet? Big mistake. I can't remember exactly what it was that she said to me. Oh yeah, she was her and her little friend, she had a girlfriend beside her, and she had the frat guy. They were her little friend kind of stuck up for her and was like, girl, why are you acting like a little kid? Why are you shushing us like a little kid? Mind you, I told her to be quiet. I said, oh, I didn't say that. I said, girl, I'm not paying to be in college to hear you talk. I'm not paying to hear your non-degree having ass give us a lecture in the back of the class, okay? If I wanted to hear you talk, we can go outside after class and we can talk, okay? But I don't, and I'm not gonna do that. So can you please be quiet so I can listen to the professor talk? Now, I will say, I am not paying for my college experience, but for the sake of the argument, that's what I said. Needless to say, from there forth, every time, the rare occasions that I participated, or anytime I did anything, her and the frat guy would give me hell. They would low-key torment me. They would pick on me. Like cheerleaders in an 80s coming of age movie. That's how it felt. I was like, surely you're not pushing 20. There's no way that you're pushing 20 and you're treating me like this, because I told you to stop fucking talking in the back of the class. Not even in the back of the class, literally in the front row. Talking at a level, not even whispering, talking at a voice level that was we can all hear you making fun of people. We can all hear you. I don't like people who make fun of people. I don't. And honestly, that was just honestly, I don't regret it. I don't regret saying something to her, because from there forth, the attention kind of got turned from the Muslim girl onto me, and not in a good way, but at the very least, they stopped making fun of the Muslim girl for literally no reason. She was asking the questions that I'm sure there were other people in the class that were asking, and especially as a non-American, native, why would she know that? Why would she know what that means? That's not her response. It has never been her responsibility to know what that means. Why would she know what that means? You know what I mean? So that was my first experience in a class where I was the only high school student in a class of freshmen. Most of my other classes have been higher level classes, to be honest, or have had a lot of other high schoolers Guys, the air conditioning's back on. I hate when the air conditioning's on. And I want you to be able to hear me, but the air conditioning is so loud. I think I'm gonna go ahead and end this video right here. Whenever the air conditioning... Sorry, I just muted my microphone. Whenever the air conditioning goes back off, I'd be happy to make another video. But for now, I can't do this right now, so... Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed my little story time, and I hope that you have an amazing day today. I love you so very much, and I hope that if you're taking college classes right now, they're going very well for you, and you don't have to deal with bunks in your classes. So, okay,